Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our international business partners and investors all over the globe, especially in USA, Middle East, Asia, and of course, Europe. Camella proudly presents the two of the most recognized destination in the Philippines today. Welcome to our very first online property expo showcasing why Palawan and Cebu is your next home investment destination. So once again, good day. My name is Blessa and I'll be one of your presenters tonight along with Miss Annie Ilinon and Miss Hannah Paula Katubig. Yan, but before we jump off to the presentation, we would like to help you assess what type of investor are you. And I'm sure some of our viewers are aspiring investors. Probably this is your first ever investment. Or some of our viewers might be in this industry for quite some time or even for the longest time, diba? And they will agree that you need to know what type of investor are you. Kasi that will help you look for the property that you can maintain later on and something that will be fit on your lifestyle and your decision making. So everyone, please grab some pen and paper or even your cell phone and we will do an online quiz to help you determine what type of investor are you. So are you ready? Let's begin. What we're gonna do is you just need to choose number one, two, three, or four in every question. Then later on, we will total if how many number one, number two, or three, and four. Kasi it will determine what type of investor we are. Okay, so for the first question, what is your purpose for investing in real estate? So for number one, is it to make a quick profit? Number two, to make profit in the long run. Number three, I'm investing to live in the property. Number four, making some extra money at the end of the month. Okay, so that's for the question number one. So again, we just choose one, two, three, and four that describe your personality on this question. Okay, so for number two question, how do you treat real estate? For number one, I take it very seriously. I can slack or waste time. Number two, I take it very seriously. It's my full-time job. Number three, I invested in property because in the long run, it's better than renting. And number four, it's not my primary job, but it's a good way to cash some extra money. Okay, so exciting. Now let's move on to number three question. How do you make money in real estate? Number one, I sell property quite often after I run renovations. Number two, I usually rent property out to either short-term or long-term tenants. Number three, I don't really make money in real estate, but I assume my property will appreciate in value over time. And number four, by renting out property, but real estate is not my main source of income. All right, so for the next question, how often do you renovate? So for number one, pretty often it's part of the job. Number two, occasionally in between tenants usually. Number three, not often when I feel like the property requires a few fixes here and there. And for number four, every now and then, if I do have tenants or guests staying at the property, I usually leave it to my property manager though. Okay, so done answering. Now let's move on to the next question. Thoughts on investing in an Airbnb rental property? Okay, so number one, I think it's a great investment, but I can't really do it within my line of investing. So number two, I've invested in Airbnb property. It's a great investment. Number three, I've considered renting out a room in my property. And for number four, I'm more likely to consider it since it's more of a short-term investment. Okay, so take a pick on these answers. And for our question, okay, so that would be all. So again, it's the moment of truth. Now, finally, we will reveal what type of real investor are you. Okay, so what we're gonna do is you need to total how many number one, how many number two, three, and four you got. And then after that, pick the number with the highest total. Kasi that will determine what type of investor are you. Okay? So, ready? Na total na ba? Okay, so finally, we will reveal. For those with the most ones, you are a flipper. So, ano ba yung flipper? Ayan, you're a real estate flipper, meaning you follow a fix and flip strategy. So, you buy investment properties at low prices, then you fix and you renovate and resell them for a quick profit. So real estate flipping actually is no easy investing strategy. It requires a lot of planning, taking quick action, and tolerance for risk. So if you are a flipper, you are a risk taker, but you take calculated risk. And you capitalize on forced appreciation through renovation and repairs to make a profit. So actually, it's the same as you will buy a ready for occupancy unit, then you will put on some interior design and you will do some expansion. Then after doing so, you will sell the property at a much valuable price. Ayan. So that's what flipper means. So meron po ba diyang mga flipper? Ayan, so just comment down below, di ba, on our video and let us know if you are a flipper. Okay, so for the, ano naman, for the investors naman or our audience who got number two, ayan, you are a long-term traditional slash Airbnb investor. So you are investing for the profit. Yan. But you're also in this for the long run. You're most likely to invest in long-term traditional rental properties, Airbnb properties, or commercial rental properties to generate cash flow. So you use long-term investment strategies like buy and hold. And in addition to the rental income, you also capitalize on the natural property appreciation. So the long-term investment strategy is actually the most common among real estate investors. Diba? They will buy a property now at a very low cost, then they will have it rented out. Diba? And after several value appreciation, if they want to sell their property, they can sell it at much higher price. Okay, so that's the number two. Now, let's move on to the number three. Ano kaya? Okay, diba? So, if you got mostly threes, you are an end user. And siguro you have an idea what an end user na, no? But this is the definition. So, if you are an end user, you are investing in real estate with the purpose of residing in the property. So, you will buy it for yourself. So which makes you an end user of the real estate. So you're not necessarily looking to make money, but you may end up making a profit actually eventually if you sell a property if ever you chose to move or change your residence. Okay, so wala pa ring talo. Even you are an end user, you can still get an income out of the investment you made. Okay, so for the number four, okay, you're a short-term real estate investor. So, actually, pag short-term real estate investor, parang ano lang, no, parang the same siya sa number two. You are in it for the profit, but this time, part-time mo lang siya or short-term na. So you have a property that you rent out occasionally, but it's not your main source of income. So you may also have an extra room that you've listed or considered listing on Airbnb. If real estate investing is your part-time job, you may have also considered or have hired professional property management to help you out. Kasi since this is your just part-time job, diba? So kailangan mo talaga ng help from someone else or from the professionals. Okay, so thank you so much for participating on our short online quiz, and I hope that we were able to help you identify what type of investor you are, because it is very important that you know your capacity and also your personal, diba? Your character in terms of investment. That will greatly help you later on your investment ventures. So, moving on, I will be forwarding to the main topic. And are you ready to discover your next investment destination? Okay, so to help us out in finding out what's the next best investment in the Philippines, I would like to introduce to you to Miss Ali Ilinon, Digital Sales and Marketing for Camella. And so just a short introduction to Miss Annie. She was a senior high school teacher or EBM and bookkeeper designate at Melchor Memorial School Incorporated. She was also a marketing and communications assistant for Pero Group of Hotels and Restaurants based in Boracay. Aside from that, she was also a graduate of the University of the Philippines, Visayas, and her hometown is in Ibahay, Aklan. So please welcome everyone. Let us call on Miss Annie Ilinon.
Thank you, Ms. Ness, for the introduction. Hello, Bini of the world, and welcome again to our Online Property Expo, Cebu and Palawan as your next investment destination. At this point, we will be having our investment expedition, and let us discover what's in Cebu and Palawan, making them your next investment destination choice. Imagine yourself working as an admin staff in one of the food and beverage company in Manila, working from 8 a.m. to 5 in the afternoon. Commuting every day, your patience is always being tested because of the unreliable public transportation. Then you'll come to think, what if you have your own vehicle? Would the experience be different? But after seeing the traffic jams, you'd realize that there's actually no difference at all. The experience would still be the same. And while going to work, you'd see high-rise buildings with no space for twins, no outdoor space for your fur baby to roam around. The feeling of smoke from the vehicle stuck in the road, you decided to close the window, lean on your chair, and arrange your face mask because another passenger passed by. Then you'd realize that you are vulnerable for diseases, especially at this time of pandemic. Time passes by, time reached at 5 p.m. The experience is still the same earlier, but the only difference is that it's payday and it's another headache because you have to budget your money to the expenses you have because living in an urban area entails higher cost of living. Isn't it exhausting? What if you choose a different home investment destination where fresh air and wide open spaces are available? A place where you can relax, where view greeneries are limitless, where living is low pacing, and where you can have a more peaceful, quiet, and quality time with your families. Did you know that you can experience all this in Cebu and Palawan? Yes, the last 5 photos I presented to you were taken in Cebu and Palawan, two best islands recognized by continuous traveler. Cebu, primarily because of its pristine beaches and an astounding falls, and Palawan because of its renowned beaches such as El Nido and Coron and its subterranean river. Let's dig deeper by looking at the investment radar of these two islands. Who is Palawan and who is Cebu? So Cebu is considered as the second largest metropolitan area in the Philippines next to Manila, with Cebu City being the center for commerce, trade, industry, and education in the Visayas. It also has a strong grip in its employment rate, having maintained an impressive 6.4 unemployment rate. In terms of tourism, it is the second most preferred destinations in the country by foreign visitors, with 1.4 million tourist arrivals in 2019, and earned a reputation as the quieter, more relaxed sister city to Manila, earning a new niche in the real estate market for retirees. So what are the reasons why Cebu is the best place in the Philippines to live, work, play, and learn? Apart from Cebu being the center for commerce, trade, and industry, it also has world-class beaches and water activities. As you can see in this picture, Bantayan Island, one of the beautiful islands in Cebu that you can explore. You could go whale watching, diving, to kite surfing, and other water activities that you can explore in Cebu. Cebu is also a place where you can have a gastronomical adventure for the foodie in you. Of course, when we heard of Cebu and we talk about food, the first thing that comes to our mind is that lechon, Cebu lechon. But more than just lechon, there are other delicacies and food that could captivate and that will surely captivate your taste buds. Next is that it is rich in history and cultural festivities, one of which is the Sinulog Festival, celebrated in every third Sunday of January. And this festival is well known not only in Cebu, in the Visayas, in the country, but to the whole world because tourists is coming in to celebrate this festival also. And Cebu being the second largest metropolitan area next to Manila, boundless business and career opportunities is also present, especially when it comes to real estate. Tourism and real estate are such booming industries in Cebu and making it globally competitive. So as you can see in this picture, this is the Fort Cebu Mactan Bridge. So what are the closest destinations to our community in Cebu, the Camella Riverfront? So if you want to go unwind and chill, here are some of those destinations. So first we have Temple of Leia. So it's similar to Taj Mahal in India, and which was built to show the unloving love and ceaseless devotion of the husband to his wife. And the other one is here the flower garden. From the name itself, it is popular for its beautiful flower gardens and a place where you can actually fall in love with nature. And the other one we have is Pusay Waterfalls, and it's popular for local and foreign tourists. So if you are an adventure seeker person, this place would be an ideal for you. Okay. And in terms of commercial space, the biggest one Commercial space in Cebu City is very accessible to our community, the Camella Riverfront, which is the Ayala Center Cebu. So this commercial space hosts 85,000 individuals on the average daily and 135,000 shoppers during weekend. So it's very huge. And if you're looking for a more convenient and the closest one, we have Robinson Supermarket, which is just 5 kilometers away from Camellia Riverfront. Camellia Riverfront is also close to prominent schools and universities in the city. And first one we have here is Cebu International School. So this school is the only accredited international school in Visayas and Mindanao offering international baccalaureate program. So it's just 2 kilometers away from the Camella Riverfront. And the other one is University of San Carlos, which is one of the oldest school in Asia and is also well known not just in Cebu City, its neighboring towns and cities, but the entire region of the Visayas. And Cebu being preferred spot for BPO services, having this Cebu IT port is very advantageous to our investors, especially when it comes to rental income. So just imagine earning from both the value appreciation and the rental income of our investors. So it's very advantageous for them, more opportunity. So Puerto Princesa was declared as a highly urbanized city way back in 2009, resulting to many investors coming here in the province as well as in the city. And the government then began to focus on making projects, especially when it comes to commerce and tourism. And later, we will discuss to you some of those. Palawan is also a home of UNESCO World Heritage Site Puerto Princesa Subterranean River National Park and Honda Bay. And one notable fact about Palawan is that it has not been visited by any destructive earthquakes for over a century. And as you can see in this map, there is no fault line. And according to Mahar Lagmay, a professor from the University of the Philippines National Institute of Geological Sciences, he said that Palawan is relatively stable compared to other parts of the country. This is because Palawan is made up of continental rock, while other parts of the country is made of oceanic rock. So what do you mean by continental and oceanic rock? When we say continental rock, the depth of the crust is 30 kilometers, while oceanic rock is just 12 kilometers. So earthquake is not prone here in Palawan. So that's the reason why. And lastly, being the best island in the world, it is the most visited province in the region, having 1.9 million tourist arrivals in 2019. So apart from those, what are the other reasons why we should invest in Palawan? So first is, it's a tropical paradise. So we don't have to explain it further. We all know that it's the best island in the world and it has unspoiled sugar white beaches surrounding the island. And one of which is what you can see in this picture, it's Modesa Island. Okay, next is it is rich or it has rich underwater marine life. So it is a home of the Tubataha National Park, also known as Tubataha Reefs National Park, which is one of the most diverse marine ecological systems in the world. And low cost of living in Palawan is also visible, so you don't have to worry about how much your expenses will be because basic necessities is relatively cheaper in here compared to other areas. The destinations that are closest to our community here in Palawan, Camella, Palawan. So first we have the Honda Bay, which is known for its white sand beaches and beautiful landscape. And the other one is BM Beach, which is one of the most visited beaches here in Puerto Princesa by families, especially during weekends. And the other one is Balayong Park, which is the centerpiece of a 7-hectare park here in Puerto Princesa. And when fully completed, it will boast a skyscraper called Tenny Tower, sports complex, convention center with a seating capacity of 1,000, children's playground, water park, and several forest parks. This Balayong Park is also close to government offices here in the city, thus government transactions would be easier on the part of our investors. For universities, we have Palawan State University, which is known not just here in Palawan but also to the entire country. So if you remember the recent bar exam, the top 5 is actually a graduate of Palawan State University. And the other one we have is Western Philippine University, which is one of the oldest university here in Palawan. It was founded in 1910 and recognized as a national university for agriculture, for fisheries, and center of excellence for fisheries. And also, within the radar of our community is the first ever medical school here in Palawan. Okay. East Medical Center is also accessible from our community as it is just 6 kilometers away from it. So it is a 200-bed medical facility which is soon to rise here in Puerto Princesa. And the other one is Puerto Princesa International Airport. So since its launch last 2017, the capacity of passengers annually has risen from 350,000 individuals to 2 million individuals annually. And this, in effect, resulted in higher number of arrivals for both domestic and foreign flights. So having this airport as a gateway to prominent destinations such as El Nido and Coron, the opportunity for tourism and economic has also risen as international flights, including Korea, Hong Kong, and Taiwan, is now available. And lastly, for the shopping needs of our homeowners and investors, the closest one we have here is Robinson's Mall. It is just 11 kilometers away from Camella, Palawan.
Thank you for that, Annie and Miss Blasa. Hello, everybody. My name is Hannah, and I'm the marketing here in Camella, Cebu. So to start off, this is the most famous and most asked question of the investors out there. Where do we invest? Where to invest? So discovering Camella properties in the islands of Palawan and Cebu. So here we have the landscape. This is from the entrance of the riverfront. Once you enter, you're gonna see these pine trees. So here we go. This is the road, the curved road from the Camella riverfront entrance. So this is the only pine community in Cebu with over 3,000 trees planted in the entire estate. So just from the entrance, from going up, you can really see the pine trees everywhere. So your premier pine community in Cebu City, the Camella Riverfront. So here we have our landscape, our spacious area, our open space in riverfront. So as you can see, it's really breathtaking. Like when you wake up early in the morning and you see this, you're gonna be in awe of the beauty of what nature has given us. So imagine living in a Zen community where you can truly relax after a long day at work. So after a long day at work, when you're gonna go home and you're gonna see the nature, so it's like it makes your mind relax. It makes you chill and forget about the hectic work schedule you've got a while ago. So here is the Camella Master Plan in Talamban, Cebu City. So we have the riverscapes. So the riverscape covers of the Camella River View, Camella River Walk, Camella River Front, and of course the Riverdale. So the entire Camella estate has an overall of 37 hectares. Wow. Can you believe that the area is so huge? So there will be possibilities for more amenities here in Camana Riverfront since it has more open space and more number of hectares. So now here we got the 180 panoramic view. So here we go, starting in Palawan. So just look at that view. Of course, you can see the model houses and look at that background. It's so amazing. Like when you wake up in the morning, you go out for an exercise and you can see that amazing view back there. See that. So, Camella Palawan, your home in paradise. So, from this picture, you can see there is an inland sea water connected to the Sulu Sea. There's the near also in Palawan. It's also the protected mangrove forest. So, we also have the private fish pond. And from the back, you can also see the 180-degree panoramic mountain view. So you can see also the main entrance and of course the centralized amenities. So welcome to Camellia, Palawan. So the entire Camellia estate in Palawan covers of 23 hectares. It also has a big land area. So with that, also Camella Palawan has a world-class amenities. So what are these? So here we have the veranda, or also known as the clubhouse. So you can go there, have some events, and plan some parties after the COVID, of course. Next, we also have the courtyard, or also called as the basketball area. So this courtyard is not only for the young or for those who are in their teens, but also for the fathers out there or mothers who also like to play some basketball. So we also have the aquasphere or the swimming pool. So you can have time to relax, time to chill, and of course for those who want to exercise or just want to just have fun. So you can go to the aquasphere and do some swimming. And of course for those who are into exercise, into their morning walks or afternoon walks, to those who want to be fit. So we have also the green circuits. So you want to jog here, walk your dogs, or just do some walking. So the green circuit is for you. So here are the top three picks for the best home investments. So here we got Alley. So Alley is a two-story single firewall with two bedrooms, a living area, dining area, kitchen, toilet and bath, and of course a parking space. So this is expandable to three bedrooms. So from what we I have said a while ago, so layout flexibility. So from two bedrooms, you can have it into three bedrooms. So from one toilet and bath, you can also have or add another toilet and bath for your convenience. And of course, you can have a home office. So for its all in equity, it would cost you about 307,900 pesos. So after that, for potential income, you can have your house make it into an Airbnb style. So with a daily income of 1,750 or a monthly income of 26,250 pesos. Of course, for long term, you can earn up to 25,000 pesos. So for your future value, so as I said, land value doesn't depreciate but appreciate. So that's why most investors are into real estates. So after 15 years, a 10% increase annually. So this is based on our historical data. So after 15 years, at 10%, it would increase annually to 7,697,000. So and more. So Ali costs about like 3 million. So after 15 years, if you're investing in Ali, you can have much about 7 million. So of course, you also have a low maintenance cost. So aside from so unlike the condominiums out there which would have a maintenance for how many thousand of pesos. So here for having a housing lot in a subdivision, so your maintenance cost would cost for about 800 pesos per month. So see, you can really save on that. So next, we also have the Bella House. So Bella House is a two-story single firewall with two bedrooms, a living area, dining area, kitchen, two toilet and bath, and a parking space. So this is also expandable to three bedrooms, two toilet and baths, and of course, you can have your home office here in Bella. So for it's all in equity, you can have for much about 402,200 pesos. So for potential income, so for those who want to make Bella an Airbnb style or for those who want to rent it out. So of course, for a daily income, you're gonna have about 2,500 pesos or a monthly of 37,500 pesos. So for those who are looking for long term, so you can have an income of about 30,000 to 35,000 pesos. So for its future value, so for Bella, like in Cebu, it costs about 4.3 million. So after 15 years at 10% from also from our historical data, you can have for much about 10 million pesos or more. So for its maintenance cost, also it would cost you about 800 pesos per month. So next, our third last pick for you would be data. So for those who are into big spaces or having a larger home. So Dana is a two-story single firewall with four bedrooms, a living area, dining area, kitchen, three toilet and bath, a balcony, and carport. So this is applicable to co-living space rental concept. So aside from Ali and Bella, which you could rent only for about one person or a one family group. So this one you could rent each rooms in Bella since it has like four bedrooms all in all. So for its all in equity, it would cost about 581,000. So for Dana, for potential income for those who want to make it an Airbnb style with four bedrooms, so renting it out for each different kinds of people. So you can have a daily of 3,000 pesos or a monthly of 45,000 pesos. So for those who are looking for long term, so you can earn much up to 30,000 to 40,000 pesos. So for its future value, after 15 years, a 10% increase annually, you can earn for much about 14,542,500 pesos or more. So look at that. So for Dana, it would cost about 5 million and then in 15 years. So you would have 14,542,000 or more. So that's it. big. So that's a big profit already. So from the overall presentation. So why not include Cebu and Palawan in your home investment portfolio and enjoy a rewarding rental business, vacation home, and a retirement home? How about it? It's a all-in-one package.
Thank you so much, Hannah, and thank you also, Annie, for that very informative presentation. Ayan, thank you, girls, for helping us discover na ang dami pa palang meron na may offer Palawan and Cebu, di ba? More than, of course, of its beautiful beaches and tourist attractions. Na these locations pala are not just travel destinations, but they are investment destinations as well. Ayan. And also personally, I was able to appreciate the beauty of investing. Diba? Hindi lang pala, like now, you can invest in bigger homes because we were introduced by the co-living rental space concept na yun na yung trending kasi to other countries nowadays like South Korea, di ba? Kasi in South Korea, very expensive na yung real estate properties nila doon. So, what's trending is yung rental or yung leasing na, di ba? So, as early as now, if you can invest into one real estate property or if you can do multiple investments in real property, that will be amazing. And we suggest that you do it now, you do it today. Kasi by tomorrow, who knows, di ba, baka magi-increase na naman yung value ng mga property na inaayin natin. Especially to very especially to places na very on demand right now, like Cebu and Palawan. Aside from those, I was able to appreciate also the income that you can get from these real estate investments na dito pala, hindi lang single yung magiging source mo ng income. Actually, income from real estate is plus, 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 diba? Kasi you can get a rental income. You'll be getting also the value appreciation of the property. And also, aside from that, you'll be able to save money when you go traveling on this beautiful island, especially Cebu and Palawan. And so, other realization is that you should really invest or take into consideration the location of the property that you will invest in. Diba? Does this area live up to the development? Are these areas globally known? I think that will be very important also if you want to earn more on your real estate investment. Aside from that, this place should make you also happy, di ba? It should, especially in this time of pandemic, dapat you will be investing into something na you will look forward to, di ba? Na after this pandemic, talaga pupuntahan ko tong investment ko na to. Ayan, so I think that will be, those are the important factors na na-realize ko on this presentation. And I hope also, I'm sure you also have your own realizations and we really hope that we're able to impart to you some information about real property investment. So once again, we thank everyone for letting us steal your precious Saturday night. Ayan, I know this is very precious to every hardworking kababayan natin abroad kasi ito lang yung time na makakapagpahinga kayo. But I think this is for the better. Also good na it's also good na even though na nag-rest tayo, we're able to learn new information, especially na makakapag-contribute for our future. So once again, together with Hannah and Annie, we would like to thank you for letting us present to you the reason why it's best to invest really in Palawan and Cebu. I hope you've seen what we've seen on these two beautiful islands. So that would be all. Once again, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. And hopefully we will meet soon after this pandemic. If you want to know more about all the information of Camella properties in Cebu and Palawan, just message us. We can arrange an exclusive or one-on-one or per group presentation of these beautiful properties. So that would be all. Thank you so much and bye-bye. Happy weekend, everyone.
Come, meet me in this paradise. Let's wake up next to the beautiful sunrise. Get to see so many amazing places. Meet happy people with the smiling faces. Ba-da-da.